Hey friends, Randall Cook here with the Shepherd's Heart with some encouragement for you today. If you've been around me any period of time through this ministry called the Shepherd's Heart, you probably heard me a few times, or pretty often actually, try to remind you of where your true value and worth comes from. And I want to just do a quick little reminder about that today because I think it's really important. Next to knowing God Himself is to know more about who you are and how He defines you, no matter how the world tries to define us. There's a song that got me thinking about this again, and it's by a group called We Are Messengers, and it's called Image of God. And the line says this: 7 billion voices separate us, but only one can show us who we are. You see, there's so many voices that bombard us through apps and through TV and publications and what we read and what we intake, and they're all trying to tell us who we are and who we should be. Some of those voices aren't necessarily bad, but a lot of them are superficial. A lot of them are just surface stuff, and it's temporal instead of eternal. So what I want to encourage you is that no matter what voices speak to you, no matter how many apps or sites you use, no matter what you read or intake, none of these voices can truly define who you are, who you really are. So there's only one who can truly define who you are, and that's Jesus Himself. And He does that so well in verse after verse in His Word. His truth is full of who we are. And it is the voice we need to listen to. So no matter what anybody says to you, or no matter how they try to define you, or maybe you, as you look in the mirror each day, figuratively or physically, may you always remember that even what you say about yourself isn't always true. Because a lot of these people and ourselves, we speak lies to ourselves. We buy the lie. We think we have to be like the movies or whatever and be like this perfect person and have a perfect portfolio and perfect manicured Instagram or family photos. And the reality is that's not the case. And if we get caught up in those temporal things, guess what? You're going to probably end up depressed and down because that's not where our worth is. So I want to encourage you today is to take to heart, to study, seek, and ask, seek, and knock, to find out what Jesus says about you. Look at what He defines you and says about you in His Word, because that is eternal, while everything else that we do, even our own thoughts sometimes, is all temporal. So please do that. It's really important that you listen to His voice, and His voice stifles all the other voices out there, and that you listen laser focused to Him. I'm going to try to list a link here below that shows a post about verses about who you are in Him. These are just a tip of the iceberg, but I want to encourage you to look at that post, and more importantly the scriptures that'll list there, because that's what matters. More than anything I say, you have to take His word for it. Don't just take mine. Take His word for it. So God bless you. Please take that to heart. Reach out to me with any questions. If you can't find the post, message me through email or go through to shepherdsheart.org, and I'll be happy to connect with you to the right post, because I really want you to understand that. It's been phenomenal in my life to learn more and more about what He says about me, because I grew up myself with a totally skewed view and what I call stinking thinking. And I still have that sometimes. I battle that. It's a battle of our minds and our hearts and our souls. Don't let anybody win but Him. So God bless you, and we'll talk to you later.